At this point, I don't think I need to say it, but spoilers for Danganronpa 1, Danganronpa 2, and the last episode will be here, so you've been warned. After the last trial, everyone goes to bed because they are depressed. Again, Mara is unable to sleep and decides to try and do something to make her sleep. However, she wanders around and finds Chiaki awake at night, looking at her laptop. Mara is extremely shocked at this and decides to go back to bed. Everyone wakes up after what feels like a night has gone on for way too long and heads off to the meeting. Well, everyone's pretty down, although seeing how they've gotten here by themselves, I think they're getting used to it just a bit, which is something that just sadly happens in the world of Danganronpa. Everyone just says they'll explore the third world and a few new locations. Once they've done that, they'll talk to Fuyuhiko, see what he's been up to, apart from Mikan who will go help with his recovery. No one really has the energy to do much at the moment, and how Chiaki walks in late wondering what all the fuss is about. Also, Nagito isn't tied up anymore. I think I should have mentioned that, Ruki and Chiaki are playing in the rec room. By attacking Gunda and Nagito are working the art room, and Leslie, Kazuki is geeking out in all the takes in the physics room, which, Kane is not understanding a word. Hajime looks into the room next to it and finds a picture of Piko, Sonia, and Haikuko all relaxed in the same room and having fun. Hajime is unsure of how to process this information, however he can't do so for long as Monokuma steals the phone from him and tells him it is 100% real before leaving. Everyone meets at the nurse's office to see Fuyuhiko, and the interaction is the same as the original timeline, or at least very close to it. Everyone goes out and decides to get something to eat, where they see Mara, who's sitting by herself. They talk to her, and she tells everyone that she saw something last night that everyone should most likely know about, since it could be important. She looks at Chiaki while she says this, although no one realizes what Mara means yet. Mara leads them all into the bathhouse and scolds the boys for potentially thinking of something lewd. She opens up her locker, revealing a laptop, which Chiaki quickly grabs, shocking everyone as the most proactive they've ever seen Chiaki. She suddenly realizes that's the laptop he repaired and demands them to know what's going on. Chiaki is reluctant, however she gives in after a while and shows the class what's on the laptop. Alter Ego. Before you say anything, I mean the original Alter Ego, aka one that Shirofusaki created. The reason why he's here is something that I'll explain in a long time, but he's here in his queues ever, so now just deal with it. Alter Ego is our connection between the two games, so just relax for now, okay? Also, I'm using male pronouns because it's easier for me that way. I'm going to assume the characters don't know about his gender, so they use gender-neutral terms if this was a real game. So Chiaki as Alter Ego introduced himself, and Kazuki remembers Chihiro's name, as seeing as how the soon-to-be Ultimate Program is a huge limited technology scene, which causes everyone to wonder what exactly he is doing here. The Alter Ego explains that he doesn't remember, so he's looking through the computer's data to see if there's any information about the school or anything, but he's got no leads at the current moment. It means that she became friends with the computer and didn't want to game her all found out by Monokuma. Everyone understands Chiaki's feeling and requests her to look after Alter Ego and to let her know if she gets any information, which the two agree to help out with that. After all of this, Hajime is suspicious. Alter Ego? That's the same wording as his secret. So of course he thinks something was up, but since Chiaki is so protective of the laptop, he decides to let it go for now. After a while of nothing going on, Nagito requests Hajime to talk with him. Hajime reluctantly goes along, and Nagito did help him out during the second trial, and Hajime was close to him before the insanity switch. He then tells him about the boys' bathroom. Hajime decides to go there at night, because if he can get answers about his talent or the killing game, he's not going to pass this up. Remember chapter 4 of the second game where they didn't pass up an obvious trap clues on the outside world? Yeah, they did that, so we're gonna do this as well. Hajime grabs a book and flips through it, finding out information about the past before he's knocked out. Well, what is this information? I think the player will decide here, so pick wisely, player. Anyway, Nagito appears and Hajime accuses him of trying to murder him. Nagito says he didn't attack him, although he does look bad. There's nothing he could legitimately gain from doing this. Hajime can't counter this point, so he decides to let the subject go for now. Monokuma prefers the third motive, which affects no one since they aren't wanting money, so life goes on and no one is worried. However, Hajime notices some of the students are looking a bit worried, with the number increasing every day. Although when asked about it, they explain the only reason is because Gundam lost his hamsters and no one can find them, but they're not all that worried since they'll pop up, and which makes Hajime not understand why they seem so worried then. Until Monokuma pops up in his room again. Monokuma tries to talk to Hajime, confusing the student, and Monokuma tells him that if you leave the school, then maybe someone will tell you about something about your talent. Or maybe you'll meet your alter ego. Or maybe you could just use all that money to get yourself something else. Hajime realizes what's going on, and Monokuma is trying to get him to murder a classmate. Monokuma keeps trying to tempt him, however, warns if he lets slip the two met, Hajime will die. He puts two and two together to realize that's the same reason people are getting so scared. Hajime decides to stay somewhat calm throughout all this, although he's still a little bit unnerved. One day, Hajime wakes up with an awful feeling. He walks outside, and nothing seems to have gone wrong until he gets to the third floor where he sees one of the divas, and then scurries off, leaving Hajime to calmly follow it until it seems like he wants him to open the door in the science lab. He does so to find Mikan and Gundam dead. Everyone then comes to the room and the monopod is handed out, leading the investigation to begin at last. This time I'm just going to skim this part. I can't think of too much, and whatever you could think would most likely be better than mine. We'll go for the main part during the explanation. The third trials are dumb anyway, so let's get going. Whoa! So the clues include the monopod saying the victims were killed by blunt force and the biggest hammer is missing. There's also blood on the table beside the body, so evidence of struggle in the between who is Dingprat unknown, and a bunch of other evidence. Check if anything in the third floor female bathroom, but only tells me just in case if anyone else might be the actual murderer. Any more clues and everywhere to throw the investigation off, and we'll be golden. Anyway, the trial goes on as per normal.
Oh dear.
But then Arkane says something about washing a hammer, which is suspicious. Why would she know that? Unless murderer, blah blah blah. Then she thought that's the killer. They get it right. And now let's go over the reasoning. Arkane, while she doesn't seem to care about others, did show sadness when Mechamaru's death in chapter 4 and was shocked at his corpse in chapter 2. And in this timeline, she's directly the cause of it, and now Monokuma, since he's trying to get the kids to murder, he'd bring that up. Along with her family and the fact that she could use the money since Arkane is actually very poor, Monokuma would get on her case, and since he isn't the smartest to think it out, I think she might take the bait. Although I will admit myself, this does seem somewhat unlikely. I think Monokuma would want his murder to work at any cost, so he'd prod the students into killing for the money, but it's an iffy situation, so take it or leave it, I guess. Why Gundam and Mikan? I think it's because Gundam lost his hunters during this chapter, and Mikan is desperate for attention, so Gundam would go to her for advice, and they'd look. I think Akane might just use her gut to find them. Maybe cheap writing, but this is the series where Nuragito's luck is used as a plot device, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. So Akane finds them and overpowers them easily, leading those two to die. To be honest, there was one or two ways this trial could have gone, but I think the mystery of the trailer can't be used until chapter 4, as that's when the survivors realize the random. In this case, everyone else is pretty close anyway, so I'm not really sure. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoying this series as a whole. It's really fun to do, and it's actually pretty fun to edit, but I don't think I'm very good at this. Anywho, bye.